he's obviously delusional because he clearly lost both fights. Not only in my eyes, but the judges' eyes. The people that really count made him lose not one, but twice.
Excited about it. I feel on tenterhooks for this contest. We're going to talk Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford next. They were at it again.
Duke McKenzie doesn't mince words. He calls Fury out as delusional and done. The judges made their decision. The fans saw it too. Yet Fury's still whining like he was robbed. Time to stop moaning and start accepting reality. Usyk beat him twice. End of story. Now brace yourself, because McKenzie isn't done hammering the truth just yet.
The fact that he's still belly aching about it is the fact that he's still trying to convince himself that he won, which he clearly didn't. Really, that shows a lot of delusion on his part. I mean, listen, when you lose in a fight, never mind a world title fight, when you lose in a fight, full stop, you know, the best thing to do is to dry your tears and crack.
Duke drills it home. Usyk schooled Fury twice, fair and square. When all three judges agree, there's no debate. Fury's fantasy is falling apart, and McKenzie won't let him hide behind it. It wasn't close. It wasn't controversial. It was a shutout, period. But if you think that's harsh, wait till you hear Adam Smith's brutal honesty.
Alexander Usyk has got Tyson Fury's number because he's beaten him twice. The powers that be, we're talking about the ringside judges, they don't make things up. You know, they allegedly got the best of the best to referee and to judge that fight. So 3 judges, one can't get it wrong, one could possibly get it wrong, but the other 2 didn't. And it was the second fight was a unanimous decision. So for me, there's no ifs, no buts, no maybes. You got beat.
Adam Smith gives it straight. Fury showed heart, but Usyk was better. There's no shame in defeat, only in denial. Everyone expected Fury to hold his hands up and take it like a man. Instead, we got tantrums. That's not the Gypsy King. That's a dethroned ego refusing to accept reality. Don't just watch, join the debate in the comments. Still not convinced? Johnny Nelson's about to flip the spotlight right back on Fury's strange logic.
Everything into every punch that he throws against Usyk and hope that these shots start getting through and he can maybe cause the referee to stop Usyk.
Absolutely. Well, that's only 3 weeks away. We cannot wait for it. You are making me excited about it. I feel on tenterhooks for this contest. We're going to talk Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Johnny Nelson hits the nail on the head. If Fury really believes he beat Usyk, why isn't he demanding the rematch first? The logic doesn't add up. All signs point to fear, because deep down, even Fury knows Usyk is his nightmare matchup. But now the drama heats up because Tyson himself has spoken about what's next.
And I'd been asked before, who wins between us both? I said Anthony. Tyson's a Tyson offended or whatever, and then vice versa. Why would he give a shit what I think? Yeah, so what he thinks and what he believes. You know, coming through my career, so many people said you ain't going to do shit. I don't hate on him, I just think, all right.
Now Tyson's talking like it's all written in stone, but we've heard it before. Big words, bold claims, but no guarantees. Usyk's already outclassed him twice. Reclaiming the belts? That's fantasy. Beating Usyk in December? That's a mountain he's failed to climb, twice already. And just when you think you've heard it all, Teddy Atlas delivers a jaw-dropping ringside moment.
I didn't get the victory, but I didn't take it out of the judge's hands, so I had left it to someone's opinion and it went against me. So am I going to cry about spilt milk? No. Have I cried about it at all? No, because
Teddy Atlas delivers a masterclass in perspective. While most fans were still catching their breath in the 5th round, Atlas saw something deeper. Usyk wasn't finished. He was calculating. That round might have gone to Fury, but the fight, that belonged to Usyk, because true champions know how to adapt. They don't fold under pressure, they evolve mid-war, and that's exactly what Teddy pointed out to his son in real time. While Fury was busy celebrating a single round, Usyk was silently shifting gears. What separates a legend from a loudmouth is the ability to bounce back, readjust, and dominate the championship rounds. And that's where Usyk shines. He's not just fit, he's mentally bulletproof. Fury may be bigger, but Usyk is better. That's what Teddy saw, that's what the world saw, and that's what Fury Fury can't seem to accept, because when you know how to win, you don't need to talk. Your performance shuts the critics up. Usyk doesn't just fight, he outthinks, outlasts, and outclasses. And if you think that's all, wait until you hear what Eddie Hearn had to say about the waiting game Fury is playing.
I always love a trilogy, and I believe that Tyson Fury is coming a lot more serious in this fight. He's, he wants to win. Alexander Usyk now, I can't go against him. He hasn't lost yet, so he's a very positive and great fighter, and he moves well. So it really comes down to who's the better thinking at the time, who gets in.
Eddie Hearn says it loud and clear, Fury's not the sun everyone's orbiting anymore. The heavyweight game isn't going to wait around while he sobs over past defeats and teases comebacks like a retired rock star. If he wants redemption, he has to earn it. Period. Hearn's words drip with realism. No one's got time for Fury's emotional roller coaster. Either you're all in or you're out. No more posturing, no more distractions, just results. And that good win Hearn talks about, that's not a tune-up, that's a statement. If Fury wants back in, he'll need to do more than talk tough. He'll need to prove he's still relevant. The world saw what Usyk did to him, and unless he comes back with fire, confidence, and dominance, this division will leave him behind. The belts have moved on. The momentum has moved on. Usyk is now the center of gravity, and Hearn knows. That's why he's setting the pace. Fury's window is closing and fast. But buckle up, because Simon Jordan just painted the perfect contrast between Usyk and Fury's worlds.
What do we think? What do we like? Obviously, you do have to be conscious of a potential fight with Tyson Fury, but we're not going to hang around forever, so you need to come back with a good win, and that'll be the plan at the end of the year.
Simon Jordan nails the essence of what separates Usyk from the rest: maturity, depth, and experience that can't be mimicked by bravado. Usyk isn't just a fighter, he's a seasoned warrior forged in struggle and shaped by discipline. That's why every bout he enters becomes a proper fight. He brings gravity, respect, and unshakable composure into the ring. You never see Usyk rattle, even against giants like Joshua or pressure merchants like Fury. And now Jordan throws Daniel Dubois into the fire. It's a test for the young lion, but it's also a reminder fighting Usyk isn't about trading punches. It's about surviving a chess match where every move costs you. Dubois may be evolving, but Usyk is the finished article. This isn't just another heavyweight scrap. This is a lesson in elite level boxing. If Dubois brings heart, Usyk brings history. And as Jordan makes clear, when Usyk fights, it's not just another date on the calendar. It's an event, a moment, a war. And just when you think Usyk's dominance can't be more obvious, Tony Bellew drops a truth bomb about who really runs the heavyweight scene.
Class act, a mature individual because he's older and wiser, comes from a completely different background. But Daniel Dubois is growing into himself. This will be one hell of a fight. This will be a proper fight, like all of the Usyk fights.
Tony Bellew drops the hammer. There's only one king in the heavyweight castle, and his name is Alexander Usyk. It's no longer about who's loudest on the mic or flashiest at the pressers. It's about who controls the money, the belts, and the spotlight, and that's Usyk. Period. Bellew's words aren't hype, they're reality. Fury, Joshua, Dubois, they're all lining up, caps in hand, hoping to land the payday Usyk brings to the table. Because he's not just the champ, he's the draw. He calls the shots now. He doesn't chase fights, the fights chase him. And if you think that's disrespectful to the others, think again. It's a reflection of where the power truly lies. Usyk earned it through war after war, never ducking, never backing down. Bellew knows it because he's been in there with him. That's why he's not sugarcoating it. If you want relevance in the division today, you don't beg for belts, you beg for Usyk's name on the contract. But now the man himself, Fury, breaks silence about what he wants next, and it only fuels more confusion.
The ring after the fight.
These guys are begging now for the payday because they know who the king is.
That's right.
And these guys need him. He doesn't need them. Alexander Usyk can choose to fight whoever he wants. He is now the draw in the heavyweight division. He is the big.
Here we go again. Fury dangling the Usyk rematch like a carrot, but this time with a twist. Now he wants it in England for a fair result. The irony? The fights were judged fair, and he lost them both. This plea for home turf sounds less like strategy and more like desperation. Fury's entire narrative hinges on denial and distraction. The truth is, Usyk beat him twice, once with precision, once with dominance. Now Fury's clinging to geography as his last hope, but a ring is a ring. Whether it's Riyadh, London, or on the moon, Usyk shows up to fight. The bigger issue is this: why is Fury still fixated on excuses instead of revenge? If he truly believed he could beat Usyk, location wouldn't matter. But that's the thing, deep down, even he knows that history will repeat itself. The talk is getting louder, but the confidence is looking shakier. Fury's words don't carry the same weight anymore. Usyk already buried that aura, and if you thought that was a twist, wait till Spencer Brown speaks on Fury's emotions and the so-called third fight.
If I was gonna come back, I'd come back for Usyk, but I want a fair result in England.
Would he be the only fighter that you'd come back for?
That would be the one I want immediately. That would be the most fight that I'd want next.
Spencer Brown might be Fury's ride or die, but even his words feel like damage control wrapped in delusion. Let's be clear, if you truly believe Fury won by 2 rounds, you either weren't watching, or you've convinced yourself that volume punching and panic clinching is some kind of masterclass. Brown tries to soften the blow by calling the first fight a coin toss, but the world saw what really happened. Usyk outboxed, outworked, and outwilled Fury across both fights. It's not a difference of opinion, it's a difference of reality, and the idea that Fury is very upset speaks volumes. That's not the mindset of a man ready to conquer again. That's the frustration of someone who knows he got figured out. Usyk didn't just win, he broke Fury's rhythm, shattered his confidence, and walked away with the crown. Spencer Brown knows this deep down, but loyalty clouds truth. If Fury's comeback hinges on belief rather than game plan, then he's doomed to repeat history, and in Usyk's world, there's no trilogy, just a final reminder that kings don't cry when they lose. They rebuild or they vanish. But Spencer doesn't stop there, because now he's name-dropping Turki Alalshik and teasing the biggest fight in the world.
There are so many factors to it, as you're seeing people saying, oh yeah, he's going to get knocked out if it goes past this, he's going to get rendered up. And you sit there and you go, all right, am I delusional or are they right? And so it's a fine line with going, okay, are they right? Or
Spencer Brown is playing the matchmaker now, but let's decode what's really happening. They're dangling AJ's name to keep hype alive, but it's crystal clear. They're trying to sidestep Usyk one more time. Brown admits he'd prefer Usyk first, yet he's already laying the groundwork to slide AJ ahead. Why? Because Fury's camp knows the truth. Usyk is a stylistic nightmare. He's already solved the puzzle twice, and a third fight could permanently seal Fury's legacy in the wrong column. So instead, they're floating AJ's name, hoping the spectacle can override the substance. But boxing fans aren't fools. We know the biggest fight in the world isn't Fury AJ. It's Usyk versus anyone. Usyk carries the belts, the credibility, and now the global spotlight. The truth is, no matter how many dinners they have with Turkey or how many headlines they spin, the story will always come back to this. You don't bypass the man who beat you twice. Fury AJ is drama, Usyk is history, and deep down, they all know it. But just in case anyone doubts whether Usyk's interested, wait until you hear how confidently he answers the trilogy question.
Chip rounds. 10, 11, 12. It was scrappy, it was messy, and it was just kind of like winning the argument. But when you watch it and score it, gloves are hitting you. It was just busy, wasn't it? It was busy. But did you feel it was slipping away from you at the end? Or did you feel you was doing enough?
no, I felt like I'd done it. I felt like I was up before the bell had gone. 30 seconds, I only needed 30 seconds rest. I was up off my stool.
Usyk's response is like a thunderclap, short, sharp, and supremely confident. No stalling, no negotiation, just 2 words that carry the weight of a champion. No problem. And that's what separates Usyk from Fury. While Tyson flips between retirement, England demands, and emotional outbursts, Usyk stays locked in, steady as steel. He's not chasing paydays, he's chasing greatness. And the way he embraces the idea of a trilogy without hesitation, that's the mentality of a real king. No excuses. No diversions, just hunger. You'd expect a man who's won twice to walk away, to sit on the throne and say, I've done enough. But not Usyk. He's ready to do it again, to silence every doubt, to crush every narrative, and to leave no room for revisionist history. While Fury's camp scrambles for angles and excuses, Usyk's message is brutally simple. You want it again? Step up, because I'll beat you a third time just as easily. This isn't bravado, it's quiet dominance, and it's exactly why Usyk reigns supreme in today's heavyweight landscape. But now, let's wrap it all together, because the final segment sets up the biggest question in heavyweight boxing today.
When I fight Usyk in December and beat him, I'll reign all the belts I should never have lost, and then I'll fight the Dubois and take that off.
Everything is now out in the open. Every excuse, every angle, every emotional outburst, and still the truth stands tall. Alexander Usyk is the man in the heavyweight division, and Tyson Fury is struggling to accept it. From Duke McKenzie's brutal takedown to Adam Smith's calm honesty, from Teddy Atlas's insightful analysis to Tony Bellew declaring Usyk the king, there's no hiding anymore. Usyk didn't just beat Fury, he rewrote the narrative twice. And now, even as Fury's team tries to steer toward Anthony Joshua or fantasize about fair judging in England, the pressure mounts. Because when a man says no problem to a third fight after already outclassing you twice, that's not confidence, that's complete dominance. This isn't about belts anymore. It's about legacy, pride, and mental strength. Usyk has walked through giants, silenced doubters, and now holds the throne that Fury once claimed with pride. So the burning question is, can Fury rise from the ashes of 2 defeats and reclaim what he once was? Or has Usyk already broken him beyond repair? The buildup is volcanic, the stakes are monumental, and the clock is ticking. If Fury returns, it must be for war. No games, no politics, no geography debates. Just 2 men and the truth between them. And if Usyk beats him again, that's it. Case closed. But if Fury finds a way to dig deeper, to evolve, to shock the world, then maybe, just maybe, he can snatch back his crown. So now we ask you, are you backing Usyk to finish this chapter once and for all? Or do you believe Tyson Fury has one final miracle left? Drop your thoughts below. The heavyweight world is holding its breath.